Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's week 14 in college football. We've got not that many games, but a lot of interesting games, high-profile games, and we are going to get some always very valuable and interesting insights into these lines with Teddy Covers, Ted Savransky, professional sports bettor. Ted, the first game you're going to tackle here is Houston-Temple. This is an interesting one. Temple's been great ATS all year long. They've kind of been a team that I've been leaning to bet on week in and week out. I didn't necessarily pull the trigger each time, but they're clearly a team that has, when they're not going up against elite teams, a team that has a great composition and usually point spread value. They're a decent underdog against Houston. Right now it's 5.5 or 6 market wide. Houston started out great. Then at the end of the year, they lost 3 in a row ATS, then got a big cover in their last game. I haven't looked into this game too in depth, but my initial sense would definitely be take the points with Temple. Is that what you would recommend, Teddy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, look, you talked about Temple when they step up in class. How about this? They've stepped up in class 5 times this year. They've been underdogs in 5 games. They're 5-0 against the spread in those games. Covered every single one of them. And frankly, I don't think any of them were a sweat. They were the right side in all of those games, including the game against Notre Dame, the game against Penn State, the game against Cincinnati that they won outright, the game against Memphis that they dominated just a few weeks ago in a circle the wagon spot. Temple catching points has been a consistent moneymaker this year. And you're right when you talk about the Owls' point spread success, 9-3 against the number compared to 7-5 for Houston. So Temple, of the two teams, has been the more undervalued commodity for extended stretches this season.
All right, so then what do you make of Houston? I mean, they started out the year great ATS, right? They were clearly undervalued. Then they tanked ATS towards the end of the year. Then they got a big cover last game. Do you think that big cover was some sort of like corner that they turned back towards their value, their point spread value from the beginning of the year, or was that a little fluky?
Oh my God! Let's put it this way: if you didn't watch the game, you're not going to see a quarterback have a better game all year than what Greg Ward did last week. He was truly sensational. And I don't, I'm not one of these guys, oh, he's the best ever. That's not, Greg Ward had the best game I've seen any college quarterback play all year. Houston was 16 of 19 on third downs and 2 of 2 on fourth downs. They scored touchdowns on 7 of their 9 drives and a field goal on an 8th. They had 1 punt all game. And Navy didn't play bad defense. They were just a little bit overmatched. They were a step slow. They were a step short. And Ward A+++ in that contest. I don't think he can do it 2 games in a row. I mean, not at that level and not stepping up in defensive class. No one's moved the ball successfully against the Owls this year, with the exception of like a 2-game skid after the Notre Dame loss when they kind of ran out of gas. And they faced a passing game 1 week with SMU, and SMU moved the ball against them. And then they faced USF in that power rushing game the following week, and they got wiped out in that contest. They bounced back strong. This is a fourth quarter defense that I trust. And if you look at the Owls, the front 4 is strong, the linebacking core is strong, the secondary is elite. I believe in Temple's defense.
All right, there you go. There you have it. Ted Savransky liking Temple plus the points. We'll see where the line closes. Right now, 6 is a market-wide number. Thanks so much, Teddy.